That should be better. Hold on. Hey, Ash. I could not plug that in for some reason. Alright, let's see. There we go. I could not plug that in for some reason. Hope you're doing well. I was gonna go live earlier, but I knocked back out. I always get super, super tired around new moons and full moons, so it's one of those days. But I'm good now. I didn't even finish my boba stuff earlier. At least I got coffee. Alright, I just got yours. Thank you. Let's see. And you said a mini and a yes or no. I got you. Alright. I need to get new paper. Alright, so we're going to put you in twice. Ash. Alright. And then when you're ready, you can put your mini reading question in, or whichever one you want for the mini reading, and then after that you can do the yes or no, okay? Alright. Welcome in. I have never had, well, I've had like boba once, but I don't remember how it tastes, but these are really good. There's like one on every corner where I live, so I finally tried it. I'm definitely going back. I don't really like Selena Gomez that much. I don't hate her or anything, but I'm hearing that song for some reason. Can't keep my hands to myself. She said, like, what'd she say? I mean, I could, but why would I want to? Okay, I don't know what that's about. Can't keep my hands to myself. Maybe that's a message for somebody. All right, let's see. You said, what's next for you as far as dating slash flirting, for the summer. All right, let's see. Let me get your timestamp too. Ash. All right, perfect. 34:15. All right. Let's see. All right, so what is next for Ash as far as dating slash any situations that she may be dealing with for the summer? Let's see. What is next for Ash when it comes to dating? Okay, Six of Swords. You're definitely going to be moving on from somebody or a certain situation, okay? Let's see. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Look at that. We got the Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups. Okay, that's definitely, I'm out of here, okay? Let's see. Oh, we just started. It's not that long. I'm staying live for 5 hours, so it's no big deal. Since we're on YouTube, I can be on here longer like that. But let's see. Yeah, so someone's gonna, try to come back around, and you're still going to leave them in the dust, okay? Or you could be just, saying no to some sort of missed opportunity, okay? So either way, I feel like either you're gonna have somebody that you might be considering going back to, okay, but you're still gonna end up leaving them, okay? Or somebody could be coming back to you and you're still gonna leave them anyways. Like whatever was a missed opportunity, or whatever you thought was a missed opportunity with somebody, I feel like you're still going to be leaving. Okay. Yeah, because you don't feel as like lovey-dovey towards the person anymore. Okay. So there's going to be somebody, or it could be, two people, since we do have two leaving cards. So it could be two people that you're saying no to, and you're not going to see them as highly as you used to. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. You've either recovered or you will be recovering from, whoever hurt you. Okay. Let's see. And I just heard third party situation. So this person could have put you in a third party situation. Okay. Or there could have been like, three people involved in a certain situation. Let's see. Yeah, you're disappointed. I don't think, look, confirmation. This person could have Sagittarius in their chart. They don't have to though. But somebody's gonna come back around, or you're gonna have another encounter with somebody, and you're gonna say no either way. Even if you consider it for a little bit, you're like, I'm good. I don't really feel how I used to about you or this situation, so I'm gonna keep moving on. Okay. Um, but there will be a reconciliation, whether you enter. I don't think you're gonna entertain it though. Okay. Because you're like, I'm good, and you're gonna feel more balanced. Excuse me, you're gonna feel a lot more balanced by the time somebody comes back around, so you're not really gonna want to deal with it. Let's see. Yeah, you're not gonna want to talk. Okay. Ace of Swords reverse. And if you had any clouded judgment on somebody that you used to deal with, you're not confused anymore. You're not worried about it. Okay. It's starting to repeat with the tarot, but we're gonna get some oracle, of course. But let's see. What's next for Ash in the summer for her dating life? Anything else she needs to know? Let's see. Okay, what's the Two of Swords here? So you will have a choice, okay? You will have a choice, but yeah, I see you being distant. I don't think you're really going to entertain, at least not for, the first couple months of summer, but I don't think you're really going to entertain anything from the past, okay? I'm trying to see if something new comes out, but moving forward, releasing the burdens, okay? You're also going to be a lot more, what's the right word? Careful, I guess. You're going to be a lot more careful when it comes to, who you entertain, okay? So you're not going to be as like, I'm not saying you are like, ooh, let's deal with somebody. Ooh, let's deal with somebody. But you're going to be using your discernment more, okay? Or you're just not going to be feeling it. I feel like it's both. I feel like you're not going to be feeling people as much, okay? You're not really going to be in the lovey-dovey mood. Um, Even if people like, try to get back into your energy, I feel like you're going to be like, I'm good, you know? And that might be a surprise to you. Um, Especially if you have felt more friendly or more open to people. I feel like a part of you is kind of, you're over it. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Let's see. You said you have been quicker to block people on the app. Good, good, good. Because we don't need any wasted time wasters. You know what I'm saying? So that is good. Oh, I'm hearing a ringing in my right ear. That one wasn't as loud, but all right. Pick number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 through 6. And then we can use that one for your oracle portion. And yeah, with my ear ringing just now, I feel like you're gonna be right about any like inklings that you have about people. That's why you're gonna be able to, you know, say no so easily. Okay, so what people may deem as, you know, oh, it's like that. You're just gonna give up like that. You don't even know me yet. You know, I feel like your intuition is gonna be on point. Okay, like your discernment. Okay, one and the same. You said number 5. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's see. All right, so for Ash, so what's next for Ash as far as dating for the summer? Whoa, look, I'm dead. Look what just came out. Oh, that's backwards. Too much work and love sucks. And these just flew out over here too. But look, love sucks. Too much work. You're gonna feel like, I've been cheated on. I've been, betrayed. Red lipstick stains. Caught up. Okay, another betrayal card, and farmer. Okay, so I feel like you're growing from any pain that you've been through or have experienced. Okay, and you're not falling for it. I feel like you're not even going to put yourself in the position to get got. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you'll notice the snakes. Like you're going to be very dry with people um, when it comes to dating. Okay, which is not a bad thing. Okay, let's see. What's next for Ash when it comes to dating or any situation she'll deal with in the summer? Yeah, you're going to realize that, maybe you were giving too much to people, whether it was time, your energy, or both, okay? Um, let's see. Yeah, you're protecting yourself. And yeah, you're going to be, it's not a bad thing, but we have lone wolf, okay? You're going to be more so alone or to yourself. That's I'm not really seeing love. I think you're going to be kind of blocking it out, whether you realize it or not. It could be subconsciously. You could be rejecting people because, you're not down with the bullshit. You're wanting to grow in whatever, it could be work, it could be hobbies, you're focusing more on yourself. And that's it will, it is good always when you put yourself first, right? But I don't really see any love. Okay, I hope the connection's back. I don't know what that was about. What the heck? Let me see. Um, welcome in. Ash, let me know if you're still here. I think the live tweet. I hope not. I hope not. But I am ready for your yes or no question, okay? Hello. I don't know what just happened, but I'm checking to see if the rest of the reading is still here because I don't know what that was. Let's see. So I think it should be there because the live is back on now. It's hard to scroll back in this thing. I think it's all there though. But I have your timestamp so you can go back and um watch it. All right. I looked back on my laptop on my bed. I was like, it is saying it's buffering, so but I'm glad it's back. um but when you have your yes or no question, I'm ready for that one, okay? But basically, for your reading, I was getting that you're really going to be protecting your energy, whether it's your time, your emotions, your money, okay? I feel like you're really going to be protecting yourself and healing a lot, okay? Spending more time with your kids, spending more time with, yourself over the summer, and rejecting a lot of people, situations that, you just have no good feelings about or that you don't want to deal with anymore because, you know, they didn't want you back then or they didn't want to entertain it properly back then, whatever the case is with a specific person. I feel like you're going to be, uh, you know, saying, being able to say no and actually meaning it, not really entertaining people from the past, even if it's new people. I feel like you're not going to be entertaining um, bullshit, or patterns that you recognize, okay? Especially from toxic people from the past. Oh yeah, and then I was getting also that by the end of the summer, I feel like you will be more open to love, but I don't see you really engaging in love too much over the summer. But you will have options, you will have connections, but I don't think you're really going to take anybody serious. Okay. All right, let's see. And you said, is Cooper someone from the past who will come back? Okay, let's see. Let's see. All right, so is Cooper someone from the past who will come back to Ash? He could be afraid to reach out. He could be afraid that you're mad at him. Okay. Yeah, 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords, 9 of Swords. So will Cooper come back to Ash over the summer? Mm, let me pull a couple more because I feel like he is afraid to. Like he's afraid that you wouldn't accept him back. which, also based off the reading we just did, I feel like that may be true. He could be right, Um, let's see. I think they'll try eventually, but I feel like you're going to shut it down. Okay, look, confirmation. 6 of Cups reverse. You're not going to want to deal with it, but they will try. But I feel like they're scared to reach out for a reason because they know that, they messed things up or they did things the wrong way, or that they were, deceptive. So yeah, I see you moving on from it. I think they know better, but they will still try to reach out. And they're not going to want to take accountability for, how things ended or the way things played out between you guys. And since you're not going to want to deal with that person anymore because you don't really like them like that, um, they're going to be like, well, it was worth a shot, but they kind of know why you're being in the Queen of Swords energy. They know why. So they will try to come and work things out with you, but I see you, bringing it to an end. Okay, it could be when they're traveling. We have the World card here at the end. No, I feel that. I definitely understand that. So it's a yes, but I feel like it's also a no from you, Who said that? Simon Cowell. It's a no from me. I'm dead. Ouch, 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 ouch. Ow. A few nights ago, I cut my finger real bad. It was like really bleeding. I just nicked it on the card here. I didn't even feel the cut at first. I was like, what the fuck? I'm bleeding. But that is what I got for you. Maybe something that used to hurt or would have usually hurt you, maybe it doesn't hurt as bad. Where's my... There it is. I'm hearing that song too. The first cut is the deepest. I used to love that song when I was like 6. Oh, really? Hopefully it's not too bad, but I forgot who it's by too. I haven't heard that in forever. I remember when I was a kid, I used to be like, yes, I feel this. And I had no idea. Like, I didn't. But I feel like songs that we like when we're kids, we usually relate to later on in life. So I've always found that to be true. In movies, it's kind of like a preview to what you might experience throughout life. Is it Sheryl Crow? Let's see. My mom likes her. Rod Stewart. I thought it was a woman. It is Sheryl Crow. She does sing it. She does sing it. But yeah, she does sing it. That's the version I know. But up here it says Rod Stewart, 1976. When it comes to being lucky, she's cursed. When it comes to loving me, she's worst. Cat Stevens. Hopefully you don't feel like you are cursed in love. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that either. I was like, huh. I mean, who knows Rod Stewart? Like, clearly Sheryl Crow overtook that song. But I guess the first, oh my God, it does say Cat Stevens is a 1967. She sang that in 19, or it came out whatever in 1967. And then Rod Stewart, and then Sheryl Crow. Damn, somebody get it right. That's wild. Because who even is Cat Stevens and Rod Stewart? Fun fact. I first saw that song because I was in elementary school and this girl performed it for the talent show. She was singing that song. And I think her mom was going through a divorce at the time, so that's probably why she was singing it. She was a really good singer too. I think her name was Kendall. That was forever ago. That's crazy. Why is my nose so runny? I swear, whenever I read, my nose gets like super stuffy. And it ain't dusty in here. You don't got dust and shit. Yeah, I will be. I'm gonna be on till midnight. When I go live on YouTube, I'm gonna try to stay on for like 5 hours, as long as um, unless we happen to get more people in more consistently sooner, then I'll wrap it up. But as long as it's slow, I want people to be able to come in as they can. Because on, I think I said to you before too on TikTok, I can't let it run like this. So it'll be like, "Are you still here?" And then it'll end the live if you TikTok will end the live if you let it run and you don't do the puzzle piece in time. So it's just annoying. But at least on here, y'all can see I'm live and stuff. So okay, sounds good. I will be here. Thank you, thank you. I think today's Tuesday. Yep. All right. So some good boba. Mm. All right, I'm gonna mute it. Hello. Hi, Sierra. I'm doing good. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. I think I just got yours. All right. And just let me know if you want uh, like a mini reading and a yes or no, or just a full reading. Let me know. And I will put you in for. I forget if you said last time. Did you want to be put in for the raffle? I don't think I have your email. So if you do, just shoot me an email and that way I can contact you if you win the raffle. Okay. Full reading? Okay. Got you. And then when you are ready, I can write your timestamp and then we can get started with your question. Where is my. Oh, there it is. All right. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Ooh, okay, okay. I was just hearing something about that show. I hear stuff. I don't watch it, but um for Sierra, I see like stuff about it on TikTok. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. So you said, what will it be like when you apply for Love Island USA? Let's see. All right, so what will it be like when Sierra applies for Love Island USA? What will it be like when Sierra applies for Love Island USA? Oh, you're going to have a decision to make, or they could be deciding on, whether they want to have you on the show, okay? We have the Two of Wands and the Two of Pentacles came out immediately, okay? And that's funny. Look, the Lovers, it came out sideways, okay? So you may be one of the, like a higher contestant or somebody that they are thinking of choosing, okay? You said you're watching this season, you watched last season. Okay, okay. Let's see. Damn, look. I'm hearing like it could be a close call. Okay, we got two of wands. Okay, double confirmation. Um, I feel like you are like gonna be up there. Okay, like they are looking at you. And we have the Eight of Pentacles reverse. Let's see. Clarify the Eight of Pentacles here for Sierra when she applies to Love Island. I don't know how old you are, but I'm assuming there's an age requirement or something. But something may be there may be an issue when it comes to like age, okay? Or you may be feeling like something is not up to your standards, okay? Yeah, the Five of Swords. What's the Five of Swords here for Sierra? I feel like you're going to be worried about something when it comes to like actually either being on the show or oh, okay, okay. Yeah, because I'm seeing something about either like age or some sort of requirement, something that may not be either up to your standards or their standards, okay? It could be something that you may feel like is stupid. You know how sometimes when they say, like, um, for example, like you have to be, I don't know, what's an example? You have to be this tall to ride this ride or whatever, or you have to be this weight to, be this or that. You know, it's kind of like you may feel like there's a standard that is kind of ridiculous, okay? Um there is something here about image too. Something about image, okay? You may feel like you want to stay more to yourself because I feel like it's a standard or some sort of requirement that you don't agree with or that you think is stupid, but they have it. You know, something is like, and I just saw the Three of Swords, okay? Um, Something may be kind of irritating. So I feel like you may end up kind of withdrawing or, you know, something may get withdrawn, okay? Could be the application itself. Let's see, what will it be like when Sierra applies to Love Island? Yeah, I see you being like, I don't know about that, okay? You could also notice that somebody in the, I'm hearing industry or whoever runs this show and stuff, whoever's, you know, casting people, someone could be manipulative. And I feel like you're going to notice it and you're going to be very guarded because you're like, I don't agree with that. Or I don't think that's right, you know? What's the Four of Wands reversed here? Yeah, I feel like you're gonna notice that something is not like you're how do I explain that? You're gonna notice something that is, I want to say, wrong. You're gonna feel like something is wrong, you don't agree with it, and it's gonna make you want to like back out, okay? Because there's some sort of like requirement. And I'm hearing balance. Yeah, Ten of Swords. I don't want to say that, but what I hope they don't have like weight requirements. That is something I'm kind of getting here. Or something about age. What's the what will it be like for Sierra when she applies for Love Island? Damn, that's a double confirmation. Four of Swords, Page of Cups. Something would kind of stress you out, or they would be trying to get you to do something like where you have to like act really quickly, okay? This is like, we need you to look this way. We need you to do this, you know, so that you can be that way on the show. You know what I'm saying? It's, and I feel like you're like, I can't do that like in that amount of time, you know? It's something like that. We have the Six of Swords here too. But I see you kind of like moving on from it. Yeah, Five of Cups. It may be kind of disappointing because you there this is not, I hate this, but I'm getting this message, okay? Empress reversed, Five of Cups, Six of Swords. There's something that you are going to feel like you can't do, or you can't look a certain way, you can't be a certain way in a certain amount of time. And it's kind of like a stupid requirement, or it shouldn't be a requirement for the show, but it is. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Um, they may kind of make, oof, I don't want to say that, but they may kind of make you feel like you're not good enough, okay, or old enough. Even if you try to come off like more mature or something, they might notice that you like you need some time to grow or something about that, okay, with the Seven of Pentacles here. So something may seem kind of unfair. This is like a situation where they're like, oh, you know, maybe in a couple years, you know, you can come back and, you know, you could try again. We love you though. Like, you're really nice, you're really sweet, you know, da 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 da. But we just think you need some more time to, you know, settle into this position or this role. You know what I'm saying? It's something like that. Because there's going to be it's like a close call, but for some reason, I feel like they might kind of, you know, turn you away, or yeah, Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck. They might kind of turn you away because of some sort of petty requirement, or you're gonna think it's petty, okay? Let me see. Let me see. And you know how the industry is, right? You gotta be, there's some crazy requirements, or you know, crazy things you might have to do in order to get on the show or to stay on the show. You know what I'm saying? It's something that would kind of like disappoint you, okay? Let's see. Let's get some oracle. So what will it be like for Sierra when she applies to Love Island, USA? Okay. Yeah, I see you going like your own way, okay? You're going to be walking off like, all right, it is what it is. Okay, I want to say also don't feel too bad about whatever it is that they tell you, especially if, you don't like get in or something, because that doesn't define who you are, okay? You may be feeling like, oh, you're not going to have a relationship. Um, the TV show is not your only chance for love, okay? Just remember that. Um, it's just a show, okay? And just because, you don't get in somewhere or don't meet a certain requirement doesn't mean that you're not worthy or capable of love, okay? And yeah, look, we have tiptoeing, okay? I do feel like there could be some like shady business or some weird, it's like a weird requirement. We do have love triangle that came out too, okay? And dust it off. I feel like you'll be able to get over this situation, and we have breakup, okay? I don't know what that's about. What's breakup and love triangle here for Sierra when she applies to Love Island? Yeah, this is like them having you act really quickly or telling you, okay, well, if you don't meet this requirement, if you don't meet this deadline, you don't have a chance is what I want to say, okay? Um so it may feel like a like a slap in the face at first, but I think you'll be fine, okay? Don't hold on to something that, it's not necessarily real life, okay? I'm not saying the people on Love Island aren't real, but um you'd rather have more authentic love than something that is just like on TV, right? Or I would hope so. Let's see. Yeah, retreating. Okay. So, I do see you taking a chance, okay? Um and I feel like the opportunity can present itself again in the future, but whoa, what's this? Yeah, perilous realm. You could have a opportunity either for this or for something similar in the future, but when it comes to this Love Island USA situation, I feel like there's something that is going to be, yeah, risk. That's crazy. We just got two risk cards. Roll the dice and change probability. Okay. Yeah, it could also be something like that too. Something that you don't agree with and you're going to feel like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that. I can't, or and it's something that would kind of like, because I don't know what's like scary about this, but I do see like shady business, and like I said, it could be something that, the actors in the show have to do to maintain being on the show, so I would be careful about that, okay? Like you could, like if you were to be on the show, like, yeah, you would meet somebody, but they wouldn't be it wouldn't be who they really are. We have impersonator here too. Like it would be fake, Like picture you actually like if you were to get on the show and then you meet somebody, you're thinking you're gonna fall in love, but then when the show ends or when the camera's cut off, it's a whole bunch of bullshit, you know. And then you're like, wait, whoa, I thought this was real and it's not, It's something like that. Okay, so just be careful, okay? I feel like it would be a blessing in disguise if you do get rejected from this. Let's see. Yeah, we have next couple of months. So like I said, there could be a new opportunity for something similar, or if you wanted to try something else when it comes to like, like a similar show. I'm also hearing like spin-off, okay? So it could be something similar. Like I don't know what other shows they have for uh, like Love Island. What do they call it? I don't know why I just heard Love on the Spectrum, but that's the only one I could think of right now. I'm not saying you're gonna be on that one, but you probably know the shows more than I do because I don't watch TV like that. But let's see. What else does Sierra need to know about if she applies for Love Island, USA? Look, you would find somebody. Okay, I feel like even if you don't get on the show, you could still find somebody. You definitely can still find somebody. Okay? Because I feel like you are looking for love. Okay, look, we got swept up. Love story. I feel like the show itself, though, like if you were to be on it, it wouldn't be real. Like whoever you meet, it would be kind of like lights, camera, action, fake the funk, and then when the cameras go off, it wouldn't be how it was when you guys were being filmed. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Like something's not really real, or it would be disappointing because someone like, yeah, it's kind of like, smile for the camera, act like you want to be here, act like you guys like each other. And then what if you find out that that person doesn't actually, fuck with you, or vice versa? If you don't really fuck with them, but then they're telling you, hey, you know, act like you fuck with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you're like, I don't, I don't like that. I don't like that person. So yeah, it may not be the right time to, do something like this. But I'm not saying you can't take a chance, because I feel like even seeing what it would be like would bring you more clarity about, like, what you can have for yourself when it comes to love in real life. Okay, let's get a few more. What would it be like for Sierra when she applies to Love Island, USA? Yeah, look, you're gonna know something already too. Like you're gonna peep some sort of weird behavior, some weird requirement. Okay, you're definitely learning more about, or you should do more research on like the actual show. Okay, and like what goes on behind the scenes with, excuse me, when it comes to this situation. Okay, yeah, and look, that's like the fourth decision card that came out. Okay, for your reading. It says the need to gain clarity through decision making. So I feel like you do need to look more into like what goes on behind the scenes, about this show. Yeah, get evidence, get proof, okay? And I see you staying to yourself, or just not, really participating in this I'm hearing audition, okay? I don't know if they have you actually audition or whatever, but yeah. So it's kind of like an empty opportunity, okay? Like it's not real. I'm not saying the show's not real, but you would feel like, what's it all for if it's not gonna, lead to anything after the cameras turn off or after the show ends? I don't know what exactly it is, but there is something like shady or kind of spooky when it comes to this situation or this show. There is something you need to look more into, okay? And be careful of getting hooked on anything. I don't know what that's about. We have hooked. Yeah, stalker. Okay. Mm-mm. Anything else that Sierra needs to know about this situation? And keep in mind, you're gonna have multiple options. You have multiple soulmates. Okay. Um, we have soulmates. It says you have many soulmates who would be great for you. There's not just one. Okay. And something may not even be like worth the money. Okay. I don't know how much they would be paying you to be on the show, but I feel like something would not even really be worth the, like, whatever they're giving you. You know what I'm saying? Why did I just hear like every man for himself? I don't I don't know what that's about, but there's something. I would look more into like what they require you to do, okay? To be on the show, you know. Don't be anybody's puppet. So if there's any, like, FAQ questions or something, or a site that tells you like more about, the requirements and everything, make sure you look into that, okay? Because I feel like something about and look, this just fell out too. We have collect, analyze information, seek the light of knowledge, illuminate your path, okay? So don't be blind to something. Don't act like something's not there just to be on a certain, or in a certain place or situation, okay? Don't ignore like red flags, all right? But that is what I got for you. Thank you, thank you. And you got to Hello. Are you still here? Sorry. Hi, Jess. Sorry, I was downstairs for a second. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you're still here. I don't know how long you were waiting. Welcome in, welcome in. The list is open. If you guys want any questions, I'm gonna be live till about midnight. So it's currently 9 p.m. where I am. We got about 3 more hours that I will be on here accepting questions. All right, there we go. And if you guys are in here, let me know if the live messes up in any type of way, because I don't know why it was skipping earlier, but if it does, just let me know. I'll try to catch it if it does myself, but All right, I am going to mute it again so I can plug in my phone. But if you have any questions, feel free to send for it. If not, I'm going to plug in my phone again, but it is going to be muted. All right. I just got yours. Let me get you in for the raffle and then we can get started. Yes, you can. I'm gonna be live till about midnight, so like yeah, it's about 10 p.m. right now, so a couple more hours I'll be on here. That's funny, I was literally just rewatching my Capricorn reading and then you popped up. All right, let's see. All right, Michelle. Let's see. All right. And then just let me know your question when you are ready. All right. You said for your question, you're wondering what Fabian's friend was thinking about you. Okay, let's see. And I'll put your timestamp after this is over. All right. Make sure to save the link if you want to watch it later. All right, let's see. All right, so for Michelle, and then I'll let you pick an oracle deck. Okay, so 1 through 6. 1 through 6. When we get to the oracle portion. All right, let's see. All right, so what did Fabian's friend think of Michelle? Let's see. What did Fabian's, is it Fabian? I hope I'm saying that right. Uh-oh, 7 of Swords. Okay. What did Fabian or Fabian think of Michelle? Woo. Okay. Clarify the 7 of Swords. Hey, thank you, John. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. All right, let's see. So what did for some reason he feels like you're like you weren't telling the truth about something, okay? Or he could be letting things play out. Like if he doesn't know if he can trust you or not. So he's kind of like waiting things out or, trying to see what happens either between you guys or for some reason he feels like he needs to leave a situation dealing with you out in the cold, okay? I don't know what that's about, but okay. I got you, John. Just make sure to read the not the intro message, the pinned comment, okay? Because I don't usually accept super chats, but since you already sent it, that's fine. All right. But let's see. What did Fabian think of Michelle? Or what did Fabian's friend think of Michelle? You could feel like you're involved with somebody else, okay? It could be someone from your past, or he's wondering if you already have somebody like I'm hearing in your corner, okay? Like if you're dealing with somebody else. So they're kind of hesitant on like how they actually feel about you right now, okay? I feel like this is somebody who's kind of trying to analyze you, when it comes to making a decision on you, okay? I feel like they don't want to get hurt. I see the 5 of Cups at the bottom of the deck too. They don't want to get hurt. So I feel like they're kind of like standing back, analyzing you, seeing what you're about, seeing if you have anybody, that you're dealing with, if there's a third party or not. So they're being careful when it comes to you, okay? Let's see. I feel like they do want to connect with you, but yeah, they're being hesitant. They see you as very attractive too, though, okay? But I feel like this person is very cautious. They could have Scorpio in their chart. They could have Scorpio in their chart. All right, I got you, John, after Michelle, okay? Let's see. Yeah, this is like somebody who's a little bit, I want to, is the right word paranoid, okay? Or they're just very skeptical, okay, about connecting with new people, or if you're not new to this person, they are very skeptical just in general. They feel like they have to sleep on it, like they have to sleep on who you are. They don't know yet, okay? They're like, I want to talk to her, but I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to be disappointed. So I need to, sleep on, how I feel about Michelle, or if I should even come towards her. Okay? Because for some reason they feel like you're lying, or you're not telling the truth, okay? Or that you are doing something sneaky. And that could be their own paranoia, like when people have been hurt a lot in their life, sometimes they project, um, their insecurities onto people that they're speaking to, dealing with, you know what I'm saying? So make sure that this person is like healed if you do decide to deal with them like that, because I feel like they could have definitely experienced certain situations in life that you know have scarred them, and they could be projecting whatever they've been through onto you when you haven't really even done anything yet. You know what I'm saying? So pick a number 1 through 6, Michelle. Okay, 1 through 6 for the oracle portion. Michelle. Number 5? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's see. So how does I don't know how to say that. Fabian. I'm gonna say Fabian. Okay. How does Fabian's friend feel about Michelle currently? Look, research. Okay, laboratory. Definitely seeking you out, but look, dirt digging. Okay, they're really trying to find information on you. They feel like you're hiding something. Okay, and we have ghost here as well. Okay, so I don't know if you ghosted this person before, or if they feel like they have to. Yeah, that came out in the tarot portion too, so that's a confirmation. They could feel like they have to leave you, or leave a situation dealing with you, because they feel like you're hiding something, or that you would hurt them. Yeah, karmics. Okay, third party. How did Fabian feel about Michelle? Yeah, look, confirmation, hidden truth, okay? They feel like you're being secretive. So even if you're not being secretive, they feel like you are, and that's holding this connection up, okay? So that's kind of, I want to say that's their problem, okay? That's their problem. Yeah, so be careful of this person trying to frame you for something that you didn't do, okay? Because this person is like already trying to act like you did something wrong, or that you're gonna do something wrong to them. So be careful about that. Like you could be friendly to this person, and they think, oh, she's gonna hurt me, she's gonna break my heart, she's probably gonna do what my ex did. So they may, if they end up, trying to back off from you, or ghost you or something, or become standoffish toward you, it's because they're very paranoid about being hurt. Um, and they are looking into you. Okay, if you have social media, this person's looking at your pages. Okay, yeah, and we have lone wolf. Okay, so that could be a reason, low key, why this person's alone. Okay, or feels alone, is because they project whatever they've been through onto people that maybe haven't even done anything to them yet. you know you could be dealing with a Leo, doesn't have to be. August could be significant as well. Let's see. Look, excuses. Okay, this person could be someone who makes excuses for how they're acting, which that's toxic. Okay, this person, be careful if you do decide to entertain this person and or situation, because this is somebody who will make you feel like you're doing something wrong when you're not. you know um for example, how usually people who accuse people of cheating too much, it's like, are you cheating on me? Are you cheating on me? Did you do this? Did you do that? And in reality, it's because they would have done that. So be careful of this person projecting onto you, okay? And making excuses for their poor behavior towards you, okay? I don't like this person. Okay? Cuz that's very toxic. This person needs to heal. Um yeah, and the cleanse is at the bottom of the deck here too. But that is what I got for you, okay? Don't let this person project their past traumas, onto you, because that's not fair to you, especially if you didn't do anything to them. But they think you're attractive, but that's it's not worth it if somebody is traumatized, and they can't heal or don't want to heal. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I think it's because I was reading Fabian. Um, I didn't see another name, but I got you. You said it's worse than you thought. She was just an introvert and you were doing too much. Probably just give her space. No, yeah, I feel like she needs a lot of time to heal. This person is they got things to sort out, internally. But that's not your problem. Unless like y'all had a situation prior, um it's not your problem to heal certain people that, you didn't hurt. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah. Oh no, you're good. You're good. You can always put like a nickname if you don't want to put somebody's like, actual name. All right. But thank you. And I will put your timestamp after I end the live, okay? And John, you are up next. I got you. And you are very welcome. Thank you for being here. All right. So let's see. So, John, you said you just wanted to see if Gabriella and Dylan are coming back together. All right. Let's see. All right. So, for John, are Gabriella and Dylan coming back together? Let's see. Are Gabriella and Dylan coming back together? Are Gabriella and Dylan coming back together? There is a holdup when it comes to, them getting back together or coming back together, okay? There could be some sort of blockage. I don't know if they're on a break or not, okay? If this is like a third party situation or not, but there is a reason why they are hesitant to come back towards each other, or somebody could quite literally like be blocked right now. So somebody would have to, give access to the other person in order for them to come back together. Okay. Let's see. Yep, I was getting that. Okay, look, that's a confirmation too. Six of Cups, Six of Swords reversed. Somebody is not moved on. Okay, they do plan to come back together. Okay, whoever these two people are to you, they are trying to come back together, but there's a holdup. Okay, they're trying to. Oh, is this a third party situation, John? Because they're like trying to figure out ways to come back together. Because I do see delays here, like whether it's a block, distance. This is like somebody being like, okay, well, it's like sneaky energy. Well, we can, meet up this way, or I have to do this first in order to get back to you. It's mm, Are Gabriella and Dylan coming back together? I feel like even if they do come back together, they would still be disappointed. Like somebody's still hurt. Or at least one of them is still hurt, okay? Somebody could be afraid of reaching out to the other person, especially if the connection was toxic. But I am getting a yes overall, okay? But there's a lot of blockages that are, I don't want to say preventing them from coming back together, because I do see a reconciliation for those two. But somebody has to be willing to open that door again, okay? Or even if it's quite literally a block, like on social media or text messages, somebody has to unblock somebody, okay? Let's see. Yeah, somebody has to kind of like release some sort of pain or painful ending emotions that have happened between them two. They have to kind of get over that a little bit to open that door again, okay? Let's see. Let me get some oracle. Let's see. Are Gabriella and Dylan coming back together? Are Gabriella and Dylan coming back together? Yeah, somebody is trying to hurry up the process when it comes to them getting back together, okay? Something about we have next week looks promising, okay? And there is going to be evidence of this, okay? Like literally could be on a phone, okay? Or somebody will get caught up. Something will be revealed when it comes to these two reconciling, okay? Whoa. I'm telling you, like somebody's somebody's planning this. This is like I said, it seems sneaky. If somebody's acting like extra nonchalant, yeah, it's because they're trying to come off like they don't care about this situation or person, but they do. They're trying to get back in there. Okay. Let's see. Are Gabriella and Dylan coming back together? Yeah, somebody is sad over this situation, okay? We have the blues. Yeah, this is a toxic situation, okay? So, I don't think it would really work out, to be honest, okay? Are you talking about a third party situation? Because your question was you wanted to see if Gabriella and Dylan are coming back together. That was your question, right? I'm just reading for your question. You said, is Gabriella and Dylan coming back together? So one of them is being sneaky. You'll have to take that part as it resonates. But if this is a third party situation, you will have to see how things play out, okay? But I do want to say, don't let anybody try to, wreck your happiness, okay? Especially if somebody's being cold to you. Because even if this is like a third party situation, somebody is not going to be, it's not really going to work out because it's a toxic situation, okay? But there is still attraction here, so, that could also be a big reason why people are coming back together in this situation, but I don't think it's a healthy one. Yeah. We have shift your perspective for a gained sense of clarity, okay? And we also have 3 months from now. Okay, so something also could be significant happening between these people, or if it's you and these people. You said no third party, but they were so happy together. I'm sorry, I'm not understanding what you're saying. But I am getting a yes, okay? These people will come back together. Somebody just has to give access to the other person, okay? But I don't see that connection really working out. I can pull a few more, but I'm not getting something positive from this spread here, okay? Like, yeah, they'll come back together, but it's not, I don't think it will last, okay? Yeah, look, we have red flags, warning signs, risky situation. It's not going to last, okay? They will reconcile, but it's not going to last, okay? This is like somebody or a couple or two people reconciling when somebody's not over what happened in the past, okay? And that's going to be the downfall of the connection. Yeah, and look, fake apology, okay? But yeah, I'm getting a yes, they will, but it's not going to last, okay? But that is what I got for you, okay? Yeah, look what else just came out. Okay, betrayal. Somebody will get betrayed again because somebody's not loyal. I mean, I can pull a couple more. Let's see. Anything else that John needs to know about? Let's see. So, someone in this situation, okay? I don't know them personally, so I do not know which it is, okay? But between these two people, somebody has faith that this can work out and somebody is still hurt from the past, okay? So they're not going to be on the same page, but I do see them reconciling, and somebody is not going to be fond of the other person, okay? Whoever betrayed the other person, that's the person who's, yeah, look, confirmation, stuck in the past. Somebody's not over it. Whatever happened between them, somebody's still holding on to that grudge, okay? Yeah. Somebody can't get over whoever was hurt in this situation. That person cannot get over what happened in the past, okay? But that is what I'm getting for you. Hi, Sierra. Welcome in. I got you. You said she cheated on him. Then, yeah, if he's, the one who got hurt, then he's going to be the one who, is saying no to her advances, okay? Because he's still going to feel betrayed. So he's not really going to want to move forward. So, yeah. But that is what I'm getting for that question, okay? Thank you. Thank you. Right. It's kind of like, reconciling with somebody and then you realize you don't actually like them anymore. That's the type of situation I'm getting, which is good. That means he has some self love, right? um, he knows not to take back someone that is a cheater. So that's good on his part. You are welcome. Thank you for being here. All right. And Sierra, the list is open. So if you want to send for one, you can. Welcome, welcome. And I will be on here, guys, for another hour and a half, okay? So I will be accepting questions about till midnight. And depending on how I feel, I might do all signs tomorrow morning. So we'll see, we'll see. All right, thank you. I just got yours. And then when you are ready, you can put your question in the chat. All right, let's see. You said, why did your intuition on Saturday tell you you're going to have kids soon? All right, let's see. All right. All right, so for Sierra, why did Sierra's intuition on Saturday tell her that she's going to have kids soon? Okay, why did Sierra's intuition on Saturday tell her that she's going to have kids soon? It could actually be because you need to start, well, not need, okay, I don't want to say need, but you could be subconsciously like planning for children in the future, okay? So if you are experiencing like any stress right now, um you know it's kind of telling you subconsciously, hey, if you do want to have kids in the future, or if you're starting to think about it, you do need to get certain things together so that you can be more stable, okay? Whether that's emotionally, financially, something about stability here, okay? Whoa, let's see. Yeah, and if you're ever worried about like having to give to another, you know, human, a kid, um, I feel like your subconscious is actually telling you, yeah, we need to get it together so that we don't stress, or as much if you were to have a child soon, okay? I don't think it's so much that you're planning to get pregnant soon or anything, but I think subconsciously the thought is like being planted in your head, so that you can start to get things together, so that you can be prepared if you do, okay? You said your mom and I had a conversation and your intuition was like, stop, you're going to have kids soon. Okay, okay. And I don't know if you're planning to move out or not, or if you are planning to move in general or leave a certain relationship or situation, dealing with family or a lover, but you may need to exit that before you actually, yeah, okay, confirmation, the tower. Okay, you may need to get out of a bad situation or what can be a bad situation before you do have kids. Yeah, this is literally saying, hey, we got to start, thinking about the reality of having a stable home if you do decide to have kids, okay? So it's kind of like mentally preparing you. Yeah. Spirit's also telling you, like, be single, okay? Or you might be better off single or more to yourself, okay? Pouring into yourself. Let's see. Why did Sierra's intuition Saturday tell her that she's going to have kids soon? Yeah, so if you're feeling any type of stuck, mentally, physically. I don't know why I'm hearing verbally, okay? Um, Even if that's like anxieties or something like that. Or it could also be people around you kind of putting stuff in your head, where it's like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, kind of putting fear in your plans. You need to get away from those people, okay? You have to do what's best for you, all right? Let's see. So, why was Sierra's intuition telling her she's going to have kids soon? I think it's more of like a wake up, start getting stuff together so that you can be prepared if anything like that does happen, okay? This is more so like a warning. Not a bad warning, but more like a logical warning, okay? I hope that makes sense. Let's see. Let's get some oracle. All right. I'm also hearing like it's the first of the month, okay? So there could be something about a deadline that you would have to meet, okay? Let's see. All right, pick a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 through 6 for the oracle, okay? Let me know. You said you want to move out your parents' house soon? Yeah, because I saw the Four of Wands twice actually in the tarot portion. So that definitely could be another message for you saying like, hey, yeah, you got to get out before you, consider having like, your own family outside of your immediate family. Okay. Um, because I was getting something about like it would be more beneficial for you to be like, living on your own, single, or out of a situation where other people have, too much say over your, decisions. Okay. So let's see. All right. So, all right, we got number 3. All right. So why was Sierra's intuition telling her she's gonna have kids soon? Whoa. Look, unsocial. It's literally telling you like you would be better off by more like not alone, necessarily forever, but it's telling you like don't lose yourself in a situation or around people that are not beneficial for you, okay? And we have losing yourself. It says you feel lost in your partner or family, okay? It's okay to be yourself and to have your own life too, okay? So there is something up here also about like independence. Let's see. Yeah, so you would have to make, some hard decisions or, some major decisions. It may not be difficult, but they are there are going to be, some major decisions that you're going to have to make um, for your future, especially if you do want kids, okay? Let's see. Yeah, something about money problems or finances, okay? You might actually need to take a break from, I don't know if you already have kids or not, but I'm not saying you won't have kids or shouldn't have kids, but I think you should definitely wait, okay? Before you decide to, go through with something like that. Yeah, you're going to have to learn more about life and, situations and, I'm hearing, see the reality of, having children, okay? Because it would, yeah, look, roll the dice, okay? It would be a risk to have a kid anytime soon, okay? Um, you said no, but you work with kids. Okay, okay. I used to too for 8 years, so I feel that. Um, but yeah, sometimes you might just feel like you're gonna make a judgment or a decision. There's a really big decision here that you're gonna have to make. or down the line, you're going to have to make a decision like, do you want this for yourself? Do you want children, or do you want your independence? You could be kind of in between that. Let's see. What's beauty salon here? Yeah, I feel like either it could be you to yourself too, okay? You could be wondering like if you'll lose some sort of looks, okay? When you if you get pregnant, okay? You could be worried about your looks or how something will change beauty-wise, okay? Or how people will see you if you do have kids. Let's see. Yeah, it's literally telling you to hold off, okay? This is like I said, like a wake up call, okay? And we have spiritually woke as well, okay? And street reversed. So if I'm not saying you can't have kids, okay? I want to make that clear, but definitely I see you have to get rid of certain things. Um, or you might need a new lover, like not need a new lover, but whoever you may be dealing with in the near future, they may not be the one that you should have a kid with, okay? There is something about that here too. So it's like big decisions on like what you should do to have a better outcome when it comes to like building your own family, okay? I hope that makes sense. Let's see. Anything else? Yeah, because you could have, I feel like you got people around you, or you might, maybe you don't notice it quite yet, but yeah, look, confirmation, it's time to let go and hater. You got people around you, or stay away from people who, try to act like they have control over your personal decisions. Okay? You could be learning about this too. We have a learner. You might want to explore more of life, before you actually decide to have kids of your own, okay? So enjoy your independence is what I'm getting here until you feel like, okay, well, I've done pretty much everything that I want to do. I've lived most of my, fun life and stuff like that. And now I can settle down. I've learned a lot. I've grown a lot, and now I'm happy that I, made the right decision to wait on having my own children. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do something too soon, okay? Let's see. And if you're dating, keep in mind that you can't fix somebody unless they want to fix themselves, okay? Because I feel like if you are dating or if you end up dating somebody, like I said, you may feel like, I don't know if you're the one I should have a kid with, okay? So these are like really big decisions when it comes to your future. I'm dead. Look what just slipped out. I wasn't even trying to shuffle, but this literally just fell out, knocked up. Okay, pregnancy, expecting, mothering. All right. And yeah, it's telling you gotta, there's probably some things that we can all learn. I'm not saying you don't know certain things, but you might want to get more insight when it comes to being a mother, experiencing life, whether you actually want to have a partner, because some people, they're single women, right? And then they adopt or they have a surrogate or become a surrogate, for somebody else, and they don't actually raise the kid, they just have it. There's a lot of decisions like that, you know what I'm saying? So, I feel like your intuition was telling you, it's kind of like preparing you, and we have timing will bring a surprise, okay? And also, Jupiter is in Cancer now, so we are, there's probably going to be a lot of pregnancies. I'm pretty sure this is going to be like another baby boom, with Jupiter being in Cancer, which is the mother, or motherly energy. Let's get one more. Yeah, and I feel like overall, your intuition is kind of telling you, let go of anybody that is needy, okay? Especially if it's not your man, if it's not, you know, your kid, figuratively, you know. Or if there's people around you who keep acting like you're supposed to be their mom or whatever, let those people go, okay? Because you don't necessarily have to take care of anybody if it's not. No, you don't have to take care of anybody, okay? Because I feel like overall it's kind of telling you be independent or embrace your independence as long as you can, and then, you know, make that decision to actually have a, you know, a family when you're ready to settle down and things like that, whether you're with somebody or not, you know. Okay. It's kind of like a premonition. Yeah. Walking away just came out too. And not committed. Be careful of lovers or people in the future who, you know, are non-committal. Because I am getting something about, like, you know, somebody not being father material. You know what I'm saying? And look, at the bottom of the deck, we have independent, going your own way. Okay. I'm also hearing that song, Follow Your Arrow. Okay. I think it's by Casey Musgraves. Okay. You might relate to that song. So, like, even if you did want to have a kid in the future, if you don't have kids already, um, you know, you might be better off, you know, by yourself doing, you know, raising a kid, embracing motherhood down the line. Like, you don't need a partner necessarily as long as you're stable, you know. And that's why I feel like um, a lot about independence was coming out for your reading, telling you, like, if you do want to have a kid one day, you got to make sure that everything is pretty much in order so that you're not worried, you know. I hope that makes sense, okay? But that is what I got for you. But yeah, I think a lot of people are having baby fever with Jupiter and Cancer. But thank you, Sierra. And I will put your timestamp afterward, okay? Got about hour and 20 minutes for anybody else who may want questions, okay? The list is open.